Hello everybody, my name is Athieno. Welcome back to another map guide for Rainbow Six Siege. So, I've done a defense for border, but I've not done an offense for border. So, that's what we're going to be looking at today, and I think a lot of you guys know how to attack border, but you don't know how to execute and how to adapt to it. What I mean by that is, what if Thatcher's banned, and if the wall is banded, you know to go from below, but a lot of the times you guys aren't going from below, you guys aren't getting that wall, or even if you guys do have that wall open, you know, what's the next step, you know? So like, onto how to execute a site. So border is really about map control. If you guys not have seen my most recent map control video, I put it in the info card above you right now, so go and check that out. Or you can check my channel out. But otherwise, so I'm choosing Buck because Buck is very powerful on this map. If you don't go Buck on this map, then I recommend bringing a soft breacher, because bring soft breach is very important. So if I were to be Buck this round, right? So a lot of you guys may think, what do I do with Buck? So what I do with Buck, I do like to open this up a little bit, just kind of like to scare the enemies. Yes, people can vault through it, but that's why I'm also going to drone it. This could be people could run out and kill their teammates with this. You want to be careful with it, but I always do that and kind of drone myself in quickly and make sure everything gets done fast. So a lot of you guys don't know, once you get to a higher level, you can actually shoot the default cam. This should be like a normal thing. You just kind of like, you'll know the general spot, but you can actually get, you want to get in the habit of shooting default cams out as soon as you can. So kind of shooting these down, and then so going like this is risky, because if it's a K charge, then you actually have to sit here and look for it. Without Buck nades, it might be a little harder, but while doing this, you are vulnerable to ventilation, holes from above, the hatch over here, and just people coming down, rotating down the metal stairs, customs, you know. That's why I always get this open, and then I have both my drones. I have one drone here. Usually in the prep phase, I leave a drone somewhere in a workshop. Like a good spot for your drone, if you can do some drone parkour, get your drone up here, and you can basically watch workshop right here, and you can put your second drone kind of like drone you in, like, you know, certain spots you need to be cleared out. So like your second drone could come from here. Get used to using your drones a lot. If you're not used to using your drones right now, and if you're not using them at least, you know, 25 to 50% of the round, then you might not be droning enough. Depends on your role as well. So once you kind of find out a lot of that is clear, you don't have to draw out the whole first floor to make sure it's cleared before you can go in. You just need to know how long you need to buck below safely and get the K charge, like maybe around like 10 to 15 seconds, you know, until people actually start flanking down you. So once you do get the wall open, one, if you are still Buck and Thermite has the wall open, right, you shouldn't have the diffusion in the first place, one. Another thing you can do is start going in from below half wall. You eliminate whoever's in half wall. Be careful because they can't shoot you back. This common spot as well. And you guys remember the shield I showed you that clips onto the locker facing the breach? Boom, that's already countered right here as well. That's why Buck is super strong in this map. Like boom, I can already see I have full control of this area, and now my team can plant. So my job, after I Buck from below, I can either stay here for post plants, keep checking my drones. All right, no flank here. No, you're just watching your flanks. I would recommend checking your drones every 10 seconds of action. You can either choose to come up the stairs, start entering, you know, kind of doing your thing, or if you are the Thermite, let's say you're a hard breacher or some sort of like guy getting the wall, right? Let's say if I was a person trying to plant, and let's say the Thermite wall is open, right? So let's look at the clock. 20 seconds on the clock, right? You want to start going for the plant now. Now this might be open like this, like but at this point you just gotta risk it. You got the plant right here. Trying to avoid, like, these are default plants right here. You can even plant right here, but it is risky because you get shot from everywhere else. But normally once you get this open, let's say if this is still, like, you know, reinforced and all that, right? The default, the whole wall is open, and this whole area is clear. If you know there's a guy at half wall, or if someone dies half wall, that means that whole armory lockers is clear, and that means you can go in and execute the site. That's what map control is really important about. That is a really good way to attack armory lockers, is to get control of that area as fast as you can, because once the attackers gain a little bit control of that site, then the attackers most likely win the round. Let's go back one more time. So we're going to be attacking ventilation this time. So very similar setup to how we attacked armory lockers upstairs. But what you're going to be doing first, you're going to be putting a drone up here onto this top of this TV, and you're going to be making sure your CCTV is clear. Remember, as Buck, you never take the diffuser. Always have your Thermite, your Thatcher, your Hibana, Maverick. Take the diffuser, whoever's going to be basically playing for support, including for plants. So you get all this open. Watch out for east burnouts as well. What I can do, I just like, just roughly drone. If I don't see anybody, I already know the common spots people can hang around. See those ones are clear. Alright, boom, CC clear. And I can come in here. You can, like, this takes a lot of practice. You kind of have to know, you're going to die to a lot of these angles. You can either make a hole into whoever's holding upstairs right here. You can actually see into offices with the unrated angle right here. If you're rotating, or if you open this up, you can actually see into east stairs. A lot of people don't really utilize this wall as much as they should. You can even see the east stairs flank. You can even see into almost in the main lobby. You can rotate here if you wanted to. This is a very powerful wall on border if you want to get a lot of upstairs control and good flank watch. What I do also is open up those hatches if I am going to be playing close. But otherwise, your main idea is to kind of get armory control. If this is reinforced off, you have two options. One, you can get a Heartbreaker to come open this for you. Two, if the Heartbreaker's not dead, or if he is dead and he's not working with you, you can just open this door up and, kind of use gun skill at that point. Make sure you're droning yourself in. Let's say, let's say I drone like all this. I see nobody is pretty, close to, fall back to, let's say a mute was in this half wall, right? A lot of people do, what they will do, they will peek like this, I guess, and sit here for at least 10 seconds waiting for the mute to peek. But if you want to get a lot more confident and win a lot more kills and be a lot overall map control in general, you have to be confident. No one to sprint, no one to ADS, no one to put your crosshair, it's all practice. Like this, once you kill mute, then boom, you have all this control. Mute, once he dies, this is all uncontested and it becomes the attacker's ground. No. Let's say if someone's hiding in here, right? They can only peek out from here. If you eliminate those angles by kind of taking the gunfight from here, right? Now it's just you and the guy behind the half wall. It's not you and the guy between here, You don't want to fully commit and like that. That's not how you take a gunfight. How you take a gunfight is to make the enemy uncomfortable and look for a low gap into how you want to work it. So when I usually get up here, I do one hole right here. That way I can see into the ventilation windows. Another one is people like to hide behind the bomb. So I like to basically kind of just break holes above them and get free kills. We can also see the rotation from here, which is pretty nuts. You can see all above here. And let's say, the common hiding spots are back in the very back behind the desk where it's safe, and then behind the cabinet, boom, as Buck. But be careful. When you are doing this, you can get flanked up from here, top east and all that. So that's, you'll want to be careful. Now you're probably wondering, if I have upstairs control, what I do now? That's where you want to start dropping the hatch, or you want to communicate to your team that you want to plant in the bomb site ventilation. You can even drop like this. Getting used to dropping a lot of hatches and knowing common spots will help you out a lot. You can either go downstairs, jump off this, and possibly once you get upstairs control and you know where the rumors are, it's really situational, and you will know where the best place is to go from. Again, you will die, you will make mistakes, but it's all about how you get better. If you don't make any of the mistakes, you're never gonna know the wrong outcome. So let's get into our last bomb site we're going to be looking at defending, which is going to be customs. So customs is a very last resort sometimes type of defending. But let's say if you are attacking this, I say if you have a coordinated team, you shouldn't lose this site, in my opinion. The thing about this map, or this site, is upstairs control is not heavily required. You can plant in the site and take control of the site by not even touching upstairs. But that's not always the case. But you could do that if you wanted to. So let's say if I was Bug again, right, and I had a Thermite with me. So first, my main priority, depending on the situation, would be helping getting open this half wall. So getting things done quick. This will be reinforced. As you can see, this wooden beam will be where the reinforcements are. Make sure Thermite has a... Oh wait, you don't have nades anymore, so you know. Oh crap, I actually forgot Bug has... No... Alright, well you guys know what I mean. Basically you want to help Thermite burn this out, and then Thermite opens this up. Once you open this up, defenders will not contest this area. What I like to do, sometimes people have rotations right here, and this is really good because you can cut off rotations from a pixel angle over there, and they're kind of stuck. If they want to rotate out of here, it's very hard for them to do that. They either have to come through here, or they would have to expose themselves from this wall, which makes this a very powerful angle. And you're probably wondering, well, what about the hatches? Honestly, hatches are fine, but you know, attacking the passport walls as well is also very, very good. Remember, always leave your drones. In my opinion, if you can learn how to use both of your drones and like during every single round, and they get destroyed, or if they're in a spot for flank watch or a easy kill, you know, drones are very underrated in my opinion. People know how to drone. People know they should drone, you know, for information, but they're not. They're just using them to like kind of like make sure a spot is clear and then kind of just like leave it. But using drones for long term is also a very high level skill. A lot of people will develop over time playing. So if you do get this wall open for passport 1, you can get a plant down actually right here very safely, unless someone goes from above you, which I heavily doubt. I don't think they're ever going to make holes above you, but you could plant here right here if you wanted to, and then boom, you got yourself an easy plant. And then you hide out here, and then you just hold an angle, or you kind of just wait out, you know. That's basically how I like to attack customs. So if this did help you guys a little bit, please leave a comment about what you want more explained, what you have questions on, what you liked. Please share with a friend that also struggles to attack the border. Again, a lot of my map guides will take time to get used to. And to kind of know the default spots, but once you start to know the default patterns in attacking and defending bomb sites, you will become a lot better player and you'll be able to adapt more off of that. So I appreciate you guys for watching today, and please have a good day.